Alright, what's up, guys? Uh, Made it home, but there's a story behind it. There's, a couple of reasons I didn't go live again. Excuse me, until now. Anyway, we'll give it a minute to get going. Thanks for being here live if you are. Thanks if you tuned in for the ride earlier. I hope you enjoyed it. What's up, Big Boys PV? Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a great weekend so far. I'm so beat from that ride today. I'm going to tell you what happened in the second part. It was a fiasco. Thank you, Big Boys PV. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed that ride today. It kicked my ass. I'm not going to lie. I'm so worn out right now. But, like, in a good way, I guess. I don't know. But I appreciate anyone who came along, like, during the ride or afterwards. Thanks for hanging out with us. It was much more uphill, yeah. Much more uphill than I remember, but I wasn't pedaling last time, So it really did it to me. But, I feel like every time I go and do something like this, progress is being made. My body's getting a little bit stronger, a little bit better conditioned. So it was worth it. And hey, Lainey Grace, what's going on? Good to see you. Thanks for being here. So, right after I cut the stream, we went uphill for like another mile or so to Sahara. It's like 2 miles, actually. Well, hanging in there is good, I guess. Lainey Grace. Better than not. But, so I pedaled up until we got to the corner of Sahara. Then we had to go right on Sahara to go to In-N-Out Burger. So like another mile and a half out of the way from there, uphill. But before we could do that, I got a flat tire. And we spent about half an hour trying to seal it with slime. And it was not gonna work. Fortunately, I had one remaining inner tube with me, and we had to change the inner tube, and then went to In-N-Out Burger, which was out of the way. We had to go out of the way and more uphill to go to In-N-Out Burger, and then came all the way back. Rod met us at the Suncoast parking lot on his scooter. He has a gas scooter, like a 125cc scooter. And he came and helped save the day. He had the tire slime with him. And we ultimately needed like 6 hands to resolve the problem. But it all got handled. Thank goodness for bros. So Rod came along for the rest of the ride, all the way to In-N-Out Burger, then to a card shop like, sports cards and Pokemon cards and stuff. So Shane could look for something. Then all the way back to downtown, where Shane took off, kept going on Sahara home, and Rod and I cut down 6th Street. And, Rod rode with me all the way back. But I did the whole ride, had to fix a tire, but made it. And, slime, I've had a lot of luck with slime, but this was an inside pinch flat. Like something got pinched on the inside of the tube, and slime just wasn't going to do it. If it was a puncture, slime would have absolutely taken care of it. But these are old tires and old inner tubes, and I need new tires and new inner tubes. Really, it's got the wrong size inner tube in there now, but it was enough to get me home. So I really just like I can't afford to do it for a couple of weeks probably, but I need to get tires and tubes, and then maybe slime them or put something in there, or like a flat strip or something inside the tire. I need to get new rim strips too, because I think it was the rim strip that popped the tire. It was like crooked and folded under there, so I don't know. I'm glad to be home, glad I could ride home. It was almost a bus ride all the way from the other side of town. And then it would have, broken up the ride and, whatever. It wouldn't have been very good, but we managed to save the ride. And I'm sorry couldn't bring you with us, but there were a lot of things happening. But thanks to everybody who came along for the ride today. That was an adventure, to say the least. I'm still trying to catch my breath. I've got a little indigestion too, just from kind of eating a bunch of heavy greasy food and then going back and overdoing it again. So I'm still kind of straining to breathe after today. And it's allergy season too, and that's not helping a lot. Whatever. It was fun, and thanks again for coming along, everybody who did. I'm going to try to be doing more of that. And you guys can come too, and anybody else who wants to actually be a part of the ride, like Shane came today, and then Rod met up with us. Rod did the Chaos Ride last night and slept in today, so he missed us when we left from downtown, but caught up with us later. Hey Dustin, what's going on, buddy? Oh man, I'm gonna sleep tonight. I'm so worn out from that ride. But we did go to In-N-Out Burger. Shane paid, didn't have to, but it's very kind of him to pay for the In-N-Out Burger. And we sat and ate it, and it was delightful. And then homeward bound. I barely made it back here in time to get the mail. Was out for almost 6 hours today on the bike. And that's good practice, I guess. In a couple of months, I don't know, probably went the better part of 30 miles today. About 30 miles altogether, I would say. But, in a couple of months, I'm going to have to do better than that every single day. And today, it really whooped me. So, got to really get into shape. It's going to help a lot to have new tires on that bike. Tires that roll more smoothly and freely. It's going to make a hell of a difference. And just new inner tubes and rim strips, And it should probably be fine for a while. Of course, when we're going on the journey, I'm going to have to take spares. Rod, who was with us today, said he's still going to be the backup vehicle. He wants to drive an RV. And, they can be the hub station, whatever, on the trip there. So he'll just follow me or meet up with me at places, and that'll be a place to, recharge and eat and whatever. So that should, I didn't know if he was still about it or not. We might be able to get Shane to go too. Shane actually said today, and I'm going to hold him to this. It's like, well, if you're getting an RV and, it can recharge and, eat and sleep and whatever, then maybe. So it's a maybe from Shane at this point. We could get a lot of people going on this ride. Anybody who wants to come to Santa Monica with me in a couple months from downtown Las Vegas, let's do this thing. Rod's going to drive an RV along with us, and it's going to be fine, I guess. So come on and join us if you want to. Oh man, I might not be able to get out of this chair after this. I'm so spent. My body is so tired. I used it all. But, I'll get some sleep tonight. It's going to be really windy tomorrow. So normally there'd be a wetlands ride tomorrow and the morning bike ride downtown. Maybe there's still the morning bike ride downtown. I need to go early and get groceries. But it's supposed to be super windy tomorrow, which is going to suck. But if it's not too bad in the morning, maybe we go and do the morning ride, guys. So we'll see how that turns out. I don't know. I'm sure I'm still gonna feel a little drained at least tomorrow, Big Boys PEV. But I am getting really much better conditions for riding bikes now. I've been pedaling everywhere, and I've been trying to pedal faster and harder, and that's making a difference too. So I guess my body is kind of getting used to it now. It did kind of fight me on it for a little while. It's like, oh no, we're not doing this again. We're past that now. But then I was like, no, you don't understand. We can still do this. And I was right. Um, so the body is slowly learning to cooperate because it doesn't have a choice. But I'll probably still feel kind of worn out tomorrow, I would imagine. I'm completely spent right now. I went across the street and I just needed some snacks. I got like a quart-sized bottle of chocolate milk and a brownie. I couldn't think of anything else. I'm going grocery shopping tomorrow. But I just didn't really have anything at home. And it's like, I need something. So after this, I'm gonna chug that chocolate milk and eat a brownie, I guess, and go to bed. No, I really need to sell a bike in the next couple of days. If I can sell a bike in the next couple of days, I'll be all right because the rent is coming up quick. Um, so hopefully somebody comes through. Because nothing sold on eBay except for a couple little odds and ends. Everything is much slower than it should be right now. Oh. Well, I gotta say, I feel completely drained right now, but ultimately, when I pedal a lot and push myself harder, I ultimately do feel better. Even at the age of 48 with cancer and colitis, it's still worth exercising, pedaling. I've been trying to eat a little better. I know chocolate milk and brownies and In-N-Out burger doesn't sound like it. It's a cheat day. I rode a bike a whole lot of miles today. Mostly, much of it was uphill. Shouldn't say mostly. About half of it was uphill. At least 40%. But anyway. Yeah. It's a shame, but I mean, we eat poison, and, a lot of us just get used to just sitting around, just not being active. Inactivity will kill you as fast as anything else, I think, really. Our bodies were designed to move, and like life is too convenient now. And the food we eat is all, so much of it is just over processed, and it's just poison in there. So I don't know. But I tell you what, I've only been pedaling again for a few months, like 4 or 5 months, and just night and day difference in the way I feel, like the quality of life. It was so worth it, but I'm really over it right now. I had the hiccups earlier. I hope they don't come back. I'm trying. If they feel it, they're trying to get me. So didn't have any action on bikes today. One guy asked me if something was still available, and I said yeah, and then nothing happened after that. Hopefully I have better luck tomorrow. I really need to raise like that amount of money, and then everything will be good. But today was a really good day for me, and I hope all of you guys had a really good day as well. Today was one of those days I'm really just glad to be alive. It was just good, most of it, and even though it was a lot of work, it was still just totally worth it. Just getting outside and enjoying life. We really have to do it. We get too caught up in our routines and our situations and our working lives and everything else, but you really got to get out there once in a while or enjoy it. And enjoy it, or it's pretty much for nothing. Life is just passing us by all the time, and it's never too late to go participate. I better check notifications again. Hold on. Oh wow, yeah. Well, better late than never, I guess, Dustin. I have food that I should make. I got a bag of pasta that I can make. Fettuccine Alfredo, I think. But I think I'm just gonna have chocolate milk and a brownie, and then go get real food at the store in the morning. And if it's not too windy after that, maybe we go join a group bike ride. I want to start doing that Sunday morning ride. Everybody says it's really cool. So maybe tomorrow, but it's supposed to be really windy tomorrow. So we shall see. Yeah, and there's really nothing wrong with making other people happy. Making other people happy I think is a very good thing, but we need to take time for ourselves as well. Like don't forget to work on yourself. Don't forget to take the time to make sure that you are operating efficiently and smoothly, and just kind of detach from your normal situation for a while. Ugh. I can barely to stay upright in this chair right now. I'm so beat, but it's such a satisfying feeling. I'm so content. I almost quit like 2 or 3 times going uphill. It was just getting to be painful and I could hardly breathe at times. But I was like, screw it. We're most of the way there. We got to keep going. And I'm so glad I didn't give up. And we went all the way and we had a good meal and the ride ended up being awesome. But I really appreciate you guys again for being along for, part one of the ride anyway. And we're going to be doing more of that. We're not always going to go that way. I just want to go exploring. I love the Las Vegas Valley and I haven't just gone exploring like we did today in a while. I haven't been out that way in months at least. And the way we came back, I hadn't gone in maybe a couple of years, probably. And it's fun to just get out and enjoy all the wonderful things that the Las Vegas Valley has to offer. So I hope you guys will come along with me next time. And we're going to be making kind of like a routine out of this. Just getting out and pedaling, putting the miles in, getting ready for the big ride. Ooh, chicken fingers. Oh, garden salad with ham and Caesar dressing. That sounds awesome. I love Caesar dressing. I love Caesar salads and ham and chicken fingers. There's a Raising Cane's right next to In-N-Out Burger. We almost went there. We thought about it. Shane's like, hey, there's Raising Cane's. Like, yeah, but they were just as busy as In-N-Out Burger. In-N-Out Burger was jamming today. Like, it was Saturday, though. But Raising Cane's was busier than hell, too. Like, 30 cars in the drive-thru, and inside of the restaurant was packed. But I'm always down for In-N-Out Burger. But I'm ready for some Raising Cane's too. We're gonna have to pedal somewhere next time to maybe where we can eat at Raising Cane's, depending on what the finances are like at the time. I know it's getting pretty expensive to eat there. I remember when a Caniac combo was like, $10 or $11, and now it's like $18 or something. Which is, I mean, it's good. I love Raising Cane's, but that's kind of a lot. That you see, that's what I'm about, Big Boys PV, and I'm glad you enjoy that too. One reason I enjoy doing the Wednesday night ride so much is we're always doing something different. We're always going a different way. And I get tired of looking at hiccups are coming back. I get tired of looking at the same things all the time, so I like to mix it up. I want to take you guys out and show you some things that we haven't seen maybe in a while or at all. Hey, Lou, what's going on? Good to see you. Even if you're lurking, still glad to have you here. Oh, the hiccups are coming back. Come on now. I was on the phone with my dad a little while ago after I got back. Just catching up and letting him know I went for a long ride. And the hiccups hit real hard. And he's like, well, I better let you go deal with that. Go scare yourself or something. It's like, yeah, I guess. Oh, man, I'm so beat. But it feels great. Like, it's a very content feeling, but my body is just absolutely useless at this point. There's nothing left. I got about enough to, clean myself up a little bit and then crawl into bed. And not doing anything else until tomorrow. After this, I'm going to eat, have a snack, and my chocolate milk. Do a few things, tie up the loose ends, be ready, and then, turning in early. Hey, Brent, what's going on, buddy? Great to see you. Glad you're here. Thanks for being here. Thanks to everybody who was along for the bike ride today, whether you were chatting or lurking or whatever the case may be. It's always nice to have you guys along. So I'm gonna try to take you more interesting places too. We got a lot of pedaling to do in the next couple of months, getting ready. So nice to know that Rod is still, if you missed it earlier, Rod is still interested in driving the support vehicle. He's talking about, renting an RV or something and, being the support vehicle for the Santa Monica ride. And we might be able to get Shane to go. And anybody else that wants to come, anybody else that thinks if you can make it 41 miles a day, you can come. And if you want to, if you're using, personal electric vehicles, there are going to be means to charge. I don't know. If you want to pedal with me, that's fine too. I'm going to be pedaling. So trying like hell to make this work. Rod's all about it. I didn't know if he was serious or not, but he's like, yeah, I'm for real. Let's do this. And it's like, yeah, all right. So I was planning on doing it anyway. I'm going to have to raise some funds. I'm going to have to sell some bikes. I'm going to have to get real lucky with things over the next few weeks. But I believe it's going to work out somehow. And I'm excited to get to share the experience with you. I'm excited to have the experience. Today got me really fired up for it. So, I don't know, man, that was a lot more uphill than I remember. I mean, it's so gradual that I guess, on an e-bike or a scooter, the last few times I've done it, motorcycle, I don't notice the uphill at all. But pedaling, whoa, you definitely feel every bit of it. And we went up a great deal in elevation over several miles. I gotta look at that again. From where I'm sitting right now to the Suncoast, Amy said the Suncoast was at 300 feet or 2,700 feet. Where did I get 300 feet for? I was thinking about something else. The Suncoast is 2,700 feet above sea level. I can't imagine where I am right now is more than like 1,900. Hey, Amy. 2,700 feet, yeah, at the Suncoast. I can't remember. I need to Google it or something. My computer's doing something weird right now. Good to see you, though, Amy. Again, thanks for coming back. Sorry I couldn't do part 2 of the ride. We had some unforeseen circumstances to deal with, and everything kind of got thrown out of whack. But I wanted to spend some time with you. Nonetheless, we just had to get home. It is what it is. You're going to get flat tires once in a while. I'm just glad that I had an extra inner tube, which is what we had to wind up doing, is just change the whole thing. Because the slime wouldn't take. So it was a setback and an inconvenience, but, the ride went on. We went more uphill to In-N-Out Burger. I didn't realize that. I wasn't thinking about it. I was like, yeah, that's the other way. So I had to pedal uphill to Sahara. That's where I got the flat on the corner, like Sahara and Fort Apache. And then we had to deal with that and then pedal like another mile or so up the hill, up Sahara the wrong way, to go to In-N-Out Burger. So really earned lunch today. But shout out to the bros, Shane and Rod, who were there to help save the day. And it would have been I was going to do this ride solo, and having that flat tire situation would have been a real nightmare to deal with by myself. All the way on the other side of town. But, things are going to happen. I got to get more inner tubes. I can't afford to do anything right now, but like the next money I have, I got to get, like, they got a pair of inner tubes on Amazon for like $20 or something. And, the decent heavy duty ones. I really need to get tires for that bike too, but at least rim strips and new inner tubes. Have a spare inner tube at least. You just really, you can't go anywhere without your spare stuff, or you're gonna have a bad time, because things happen, life happens. But the ride went on today, and it was all good. It was just a setback. And it was downhill most of the way back, but it did flatten out, and there was still a lot of pedaling. By the time I pulled up here, there was really, like, I barely had enough left in my legs to get the bike up the stairs, and then trudged down the street to 7-Eleven to get a snack. I'm gonna enjoy that chocolate milk and brownie here in a minute. I feel like the hiccups are gonna come back again. Oh well. So I dare not take any more long rides. I should probably stay pretty close to home until I can get at least one spare inner tube. I don't know. I mean, I still got flats with motorcycle tires. I guess they're generally probably a little more resistant than, hybrid bike tires to, what hazards you might encounter in the road, but oh, hiccups, no. I'm trying not to, it's hard. But yeah, I'd still get flats. Like, the Ruckus scooter had big, chunky, thick tires on it. And I got 2 flats in 1 week with that thing. And the same tire, just like a couple inches apart. So you never know what you're going to hit in the road or the sidewalk or whatever. And, tires pop. That air conditioning felt good for a minute, but now it's starting to feel a little too cold. It was such a beautiful day out today, though. Oh my goodness, if it would just stay like this all the time. But it won't. I'm so glad I got to go out and enjoy it, though, and I appreciate you guys coming along. I'm going to do the very best I can to enjoy all the beautiful weather while we still have some. It's going to get colder for the next few days. It's going to be really windy tomorrow. Yeah, I think I'm probably going to treat my tires with flat out next time versus slime. We couldn't save the inner tube today with slime. We only had slime with us. But I think I want to probably use flat out next time. Like, I want to get new tires and tubes for that bike and then, treat it. And definitely before I go on the long ride, have some of that in there and still carry spares and stuff. But I might be able. Shane did what he could to find the leak on the inner tube, and it's just like a little pinch on the opposite side of the valve stem. And I could probably patch it. I don't know. I might be able to make a spare tube out of that one. Oh, excuse me. But I don't know. It's still got some slime in it, and the slime didn't take because the hole was on the wrong side, and it just wouldn't force enough slime into it. What time is it? It's still early. I was out for almost 6 hours on the bike today. Got a lot of sun. Thankfully, there were some clouds out to dumb it down a little bit, but still got a lot of sun. Shane got a lot of sun too. His arms were pretty red by the time we got back. But we are in Las Vegas. That sun will get you. But let's see. I guess I got a few things to do still. I got to check on a couple of things, see if there's anybody I can get to come get a bike tomorrow. That would really help a lot. And yeah, maybe we do a bike ride in the morning, the Sunday morning ride, if it's not too windy. I got to go and get groceries as early as I think I can in the morning, because I'm going to be pretty much out of food when I have the chocolate milk and the brownie, and it's got like one thing to eat left after that. So I guess I better make that the top priority. But if I'm done with everything and the weather's decent, we might go tag along with them for the ride. So we'll see. Well, it's maybe 50-50 right now at best. I really don't know. But anyway, I guess we're going to wrap it up for now, but I appreciate you guys hanging out, and thank you very much for coming along on the ride today, if you did. And there's going to be more of that to come, especially after I have another spare inner tube that I can count on. So, yeah, good things. But I hope everybody has a wonderful Sunday, and hopefully we can spend a little time together tomorrow, if you're available. But thanks again, guys, and do take care of yourselves. Amy, thanks again for doing everything that you do. And everybody, appreciate you guys. Have a wonderful Sunday. Take care of yourselves. Be well, and I will see you again real soon.